My pool tech John can't make it to work on Thursday, so I need to shift his Thursday pools over to Mike. However, once Mike services the pools on Thursday, I want the system to automatically put the pools back on John's route. So how do I set that up in Hydroscribe? Well, first let's look at the options that allow you to move pools from one route to another. So we go ahead and click on routes and scroll down a bit, and the first option you come to is change pools on a route. This will allow you to move pools from one route to another on a permanent basis. We want to move pools temporarily, so choose the option below, temporarily reroute pools. The first field on the screen is where you select the route that you want to move the pools to. We want to move the pools to Mike, so we're going to select Mike in the list, and then we want to tell it the date that we want to set the pools back to John. So looking at the calendar, you'll see Mike is going to service the pools on Thursday, so I want to move the pools back on Friday so that John gets them back on his route. We're going to leave the next field as reroute pools because that's what we want to do. So now all I have to do is to select the pools, the Thursday pools, off of John's route. So I find John's route and find the Thursday pools. So here's one, here's another one, and this is the last one. And then I simply click the update button, and now those pools have been reassigned. Notice that it's telling me that there is a service request out there that has been assigned originally to John, but the system doesn't know if Mike can do this work. So you'll have to go look at that service request 172 in this case, and see whether or not it's a job that you want to assign to Mike. If not, you can reassign that service request to some other tech. But that's how you assign pools temporarily to another tech. Now, suppose John is going to be out for another week. What do we do? Well, first let's refresh the screen so that we can take a look at the reassigned pools. And here they are. Now, if John's going to be out for yet an additional week, what we can do is we can extend the period of time that we're going to temporarily assign those pools to Mike. So to do that, what we're going to do is, up at the top, we're going to say we want to move these pools back not on the 7th, but on the 14th, because Mike is going to service those pools on the 6th and on the 13th. So we want to change the pools back on the 14th, Friday the 14th. And now we're going to, in this field, select change date only, because all we want to do is change the date. We don't want to change the route, because the route right now is set to Mike. So that's what we want to do. We just want to change the date. So go ahead and click the, well, so first we have to select the pools. And now we're going to click the update button so that the date changes to the 14th. We update the screen and scroll down. And now you can see the dates are set to the 14th to go back to John, and they're still temporarily assigned to Mike. So that's how we change the date. Now, if for some reason we find out that John can come to work, and so we didn't need to do this, we can put the pools back on John's route immediately by selecting the pools, and up at the top we can select the option return to original route. Now that we've set that and we've selected the pools, then we click the update button, and when we update the screen, you'll see that all the pools that were originally assigned to Mike have been now put back on John's route. So those are the kinds of things that you can do to temporarily assign or unassign pools from one route to another.